Thank you for joining. In this lesson, we will explore how to create a database using SSMS menu, Transact-SQL command, and script. To create a database, we need to follow these steps. Right-click on the databases in SSMS. Select New Database. Then we need to choose a name for the database. You can use any names you prefer. For this example, I'll name it Stellar Holdings. These two files will remain unchanged with the default path. A rows data file stores both data and metadata. A log file records changes to the data. First, the log file captures the transaction or query requesting data changes. Then the actual changes are committed to the database file. In this menu, you can choose the database's initial size. I'll keep the default size, but you can adjust it as needed. You can also configure auto-growth settings from this menu. It provides you with the option to make the database size expandable or fixed. If you disable or forbid auto-growth for a database, it won't automatically increase in size. When it reaches its size limit, any attempts to insert or update data beyond this limit will result in an error, causing those operations to fail. The Options tab contains various settings, but I won't delve into them now. We will discuss them throughout this course. I will leave all the settings at their default values. However, if you are importing a database created in a previous version, you may need to adjust the compatibility level to align with the version. This allows you to enable or disable specific features according to the version's requirements. And let's change the recovery model to Simple to reduce data logging and eliminate the need for transaction log backups. Click OK, and there you have it, the Stellar Holdings database is created. For your information, I'm using the HighKaiTalkDB database for MyNet Core and Entity Framework course, so it will remain here quietly. Another option to create a database is by using Transact-SQL commands. To achieve it, we need to follow these steps. Press the New Query button in SSMS. Enter the Transact-SQL command to create a database, which is Create Database command, followed by the database name. I'll name it Stellar Subsidiary. To execute the query, you can either click this Execute button or simply press F5. Throughout this course, I'll be using F5 for execution. Then, in the Messages window, we will get a reply if the command is executed successfully. To see the newly created database in the Object Explorer, you can either click the Refresh button or select the Object Explorer window and press F5. Or you can right-click directly on the Databases 3 section and choose Refresh. So after some time, the database has appeared. Two important notes. The first one, when using a command like create database, the database creation process may take some time. If you receive a successful reply from the server, be patient and wait for the creation to complete. In future lessons, I'll explain how to expedite this process. And the second note, in SQL Server Management Studio, database names are not case sensitive by default. However, you can override this behavior if necessary. The case sensitivity of database names is determined by the Database Management System, or DBMS, which is the SSMS in our case. If you attempt the same command with the database names in different cases, you will encounter an error. Therefore, it's crucial to consider case sensitivity when creating different databases. When designing a project, establish and agree upon naming conventions and naming standards accordingly. We will delve into this topic further in the Database Architecture chapter. As a friendly reminder, please make sure to familiarize yourself with the abbreviations I provided in the previous lesson. If you need to recreate the database using a script and want to include all the settings you chose during the creation of the Stellar Holdings database as an example, follow these steps. Right-click on the database, choose Script Database As, then select Create To and New Query Editor window option. The Open script serves as a template for database creation, preserving all the settings. You can use it as a boilerplate for creating multiple databases or recreating the current one with the same settings. It includes file locations, sizes, collation settings, and other database configuration options. Additionally, it contains SQL statements to create tables, indexes, and more. At the top, you will find the command we used a minute ago, which is create database, followed by the database name. I would like to remind you that during this course, some chapters will intersect, making it easier to understand more advanced topic in future lessons. we will dive deeper into the Transact-SQL create database command, which is an extension of SQL designed for use with Microsoft SQL Server and Sybase in the upcoming chapters. You can save the script for future use. Right-click on the window title, or then choose Save Query. To open the script, go to the File menu, then Open and File. This file is a standard text and you can amend it in a simple text editor. After it's opened, you can execute it. Or you can select all the content by pressing Ctrl+A, copy it, then right-click on the database and choose Delete the database. Tick the option Close existing connections and press OK. From the menu, choose New Query. Paste the script into the query window and execute it to recreate the database with the same settings. And since we received a successful response, as I mentioned earlier, the database recreation using command or script will take some time. The database has appeared and it works. And since I mentioned collation, I will briefly explain this topic. The information on your screen will help you understand collation terms and how it works. I would also suggest memorizing the abbreviations CS, CI, and AS, as we will use them throughout this course. In brief, collation defines text sorting and comparison rules in a database. So returning to the lesson topic, the script is a viable resource for recreating the database, documenting its structure and understanding the choices made during the initial setup. You can modify the script as needed, save it, and use it to create the same database or make changes to it. Additionally, in the next lesson, we will explore the option to import a database. Or we will download a database and import all the data into it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more great coding content. Stay updated with the latest videos by ringing the notification bell. Happy coding!